Whoa! Oh no. What happened there? Welcome back to Kerbal Space Program. My name is Martin. This is episode 5. Hope you enjoyed the new intro music by English Words. I'll link to it in the comments. And last time we left our Kerbals, they were trying to achieve orbit. Let's head on in and see if they'll make it. Do we have enough power to get into orbit and finish this mission? So I did screw up the staging. And we're going to have to start throttling down. Oh, RCS. We're above the worst of the atmosphere now. Only one tank left. How are we doing? G-forces are okay. Perhaps the top of this weighs enough that the thrust to weight ratio, or is it just probably the thrust to weight ratio just of the bottom part though? Yeah, this orbital speed's not very good. Just about to run out of fuel. I've got a dog sticking her head in the door here too. Okay. I think did I tilt over too early? Possibly. Apoapsis isn't at orbital height yet. And see, this for thrust to weight ratio for the remainder is not going to be very high. It's going to be a bit of a slog. As you can see, there's almost no G's. Speed's not coming up very quick. I think there's a high probability that we're not going to have the power to get to orbit here. As the fuel goes away though, the thrust to weight ratio will increase. It just doesn't go away very quickly. Try to turn this as much as possible into lateral velocity while still attempting to keep some pitch up. But if I'm starting to fall back down now, and I am, I'm in trouble because atmospheric effects are going to start taking hold and dragging me back down. You can see this orbital speed's 2200 meters per second. I don't think I'm going to get there, as the vertical velocity is now below 100, well, higher than 100 meters per second in the downward direction. (1500 meters per second). This, of course, is supposed to be my lunar insertion stage as well, so using it to get to orbit, not exactly what I'd planned. (1660). Again, we're getting up to those orbital velocities, but look at that, we're just back into the atmosphere. I'm going to start feeling some drag. Be able to watch the orbital speed not go up as quickly soon. On the plus side, this is a good test. We got up into space. Everything so far has worked great except for the staging. Not going up very fast anymore. I'm going to be hitting peak speed here. Switch back to surface instead of orbital. Yeah. Not good. And back into the thicker part of the atmosphere. Fuel's just about done anyway. You can see everything's coming back down now. Things are going horribly awry. Atmospheric effects are definitely taking place. And this is a problem with this design too. Scott Manley spent a lot of time working out different methods. If you're going for a lander landing on an atmosphered planet, this 3-person module's got a bit of a bug maybe where it's not very, or it doesn't have as much drag as the rest of the parts, so it'll tend to want to spike its way down like it's doing now. Does not have enough power to bring itself back up. So we're going to eject all sorts of parts here. And come in for a landing. There we have it, we're landed. There's some explosions off in the distance behind us there. And I'm going to head back to the drawing board, just fix those stages, and we'll prepare ourselves for another launch. I might have to split this in another episode, so I'll see you soon. My name is Martin, thanks for watching. And we're back. Welcome back to Kerbal Space Program Let's Play. My name is Martin, and this is the Christopher 2. As you may have seen in the last episode, Christopher 1 had a slight staging issue. Still a successful mission with not anyone dying, but we did land on just that next continent to the east. Could not make orbital velocity when I misstaged the rocket and accidentally fired off, I think it was this set instead of this set when they had run out of fuel, so not enough power to get into orbit. Now I've fixed the staging, so let's head back to the launch pad. And we have our 3 Kerbals again, Bob, Bill, and Donsby. And with everything fixed up now, we should be able to at least get into orbit. If all goes to plan, should even be able to hit the moon. So let's go in 3, 2, 1. Doesn't take long with 7 engines drawing from 2 different stacks at a time for each set of fuel to go. Just get that set up. Sometime around now I like to add a little bit of just a hint of a tilt over. For one thing, if things go wrong, thinking in realistic terms instead of Kerbal terms, it means that we should crash into the water and not the land. Always want to protect your space station. There goes the first set. We'll do more of a tilt. So one of the things I do is I watch the velocity vector, where you're heading, and if it drops too far, that's not good for one. You kind of want to keep lined up with it. I probably tilted over a little early, again. stage is going to run out shortly. But we are passing through the very, very thickest part of the atmosphere. Oh, there's an issue. I didn't put the struts perhaps in all the right places. So this one's vectoring and causing slight wobbles. And it is... Oh, these are out of fuel now too. I must have missed them running out. You know, this may not have the power to get to orbit. It's possible. And we're only at 800, 900 meters per second. We'll go for a very low orbit. How about that? Cut off the engines. Coast up to apoapsis. Which might take me this long to spin it. Maybe I'll just give it a little bit of power to help spin. Okay. Maybe not full power, so we run out of fuel. The G's are gonna build up. Nope. Almost out of fuel again. On the plus side, that'll fall back to Kerbal. On the downside, I don't think we're going to get orbital again. Well, isn't this embarrassing? Got Jeb coming around. So I think the solution here, for one thing, I have to fix the struts a little bit so it's a little more stable. The next thing I'm going to do is, of course, the most Kerbal thing you can do is add boosters. So I think we'll just cancel this flight. It's not going to go. I am rapidly coming back down into the atmosphere. Nowhere close to orbital velocity. We might as well land in the ocean. I'll watch it from this angle this time and fast forward. And we're back on solid water. And so I am going to cut this video again, and I'm going to head back to KSC, and I'll show you perhaps why things are not going so well.